A new low of 114.8 this morning. The first time I stepped on the scale was actually 114.6, but this is my second new low weigh-in in like a week, so I feel like prep is actually finally starting to work. So I know there's a lot of new people here, but if you guys who were following me during the beginning of my prep, you guys definitely know that it took me a long time to finally start seeing fat loss. My body's incredibly stubborn, my metabolism is incredibly adaptive, so I've been on the same macros for 3 weeks and I'm still hitting new low weigh-ins. I hit a new low weigh-in last week of 115.0 and then I saw 114.6 on the scale even though I stepped on the second time and it was 114.8, but that just means that prep is definitely working. The deficit that I'm in is still a deficit, so that's amazing. It's good to know. Things are still moving and I'm still 5 weeks out, 5.5 weeks out or so right now, so 5.5 weeks out for my first show. My second show, which is a national show, I'm gonna be 8.5 weeks out for, so I'll be even leaner then. But like I said in the other video, I do want to show you guys everything that I'm doing for my prep, but I do want to be really open and transparent and serious about showing you guys that what I'm doing is more of an extreme as opposed to what someone who's in the general population should be doing for just fat loss. But getting to stage leanness is really difficult, and I've been on low calories for like quite some time now. I've just been, anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my coffee right now, and then I am gonna go do some cardio because I have cardio today. PT appointment at 11, and then I'm gonna go to the gym and do my lift, and then I'm gonna start working, packing up and everything because I'm going to Canada tomorrow. Woohoo! You guys weren't expecting to see that note. I just wanted to be real with you guys. When you get into lower calories, into a lower deficit, it's way more difficult to actually hit your macros. If you guys have been following me for a very long time, you do know that I did struggle with binging issues in the past. It wasn't very serious. It wasn't necessarily long term, but I do have a whole video about it. I'll link the video if you guys are interested. But there are some little tendencies that I still have, especially when I'm like really deep into prep and low calorie, where I'll kind of just take the peanut butter, weigh out my serving, and then just pick out a little bit of it. Or if I'm like feeling kind of ravenous in the middle of the day, I'll have like a couple bites of Halo Top. Not saying this is something that you should necessarily do. I'm saying it's a really bad habit. That's why I wrote that little note to myself on the board there. Just being serious, it's like some of the struggles of prep and stuff like that. Not everybody necessarily does this. Not everybody necessarily struggles with this. It's not necessarily a good thing to do, but I just wanted to share with you guys that that's something that I go through usually every prep. Not necessarily because I'm on prep, but also it's something that people go through post-show as well, when they actually feel like they're allowed to have a little bit more over their macros because they're not exactly preparing for something with a deadline. So something that's really important to talk about, I think, is the issues that come along with eating and food that go along with prep. That might be something that you guys might be dealing with, and something that I like to do is write myself a little note, write out the fact that it's become a bad habit and it's been getting progressively in my head, that my subconscious mind is allowing it to happen more often because I've been allowing it to happen more often. That's just how a habit forms. So I wrote on my fridge here saying to break the habit, just like purposely remind myself to stop doing that because it's just a really bad habit. Something that a lot of people struggle with, something that I've seen a lot of my clients struggle with and things like that. I just want to let you guys know that number one, Emily Hayden actually got a lot of flack for this, for not having overeating and binging issues on her prep. That doesn't mean that someone isn't real or sharing all their struggles. There's plenty of other struggles people go through. This is just something that a lot of people do go through. Not necessarily everybody. This is something that I go through. She doesn't necessarily go through that. So everybody has different problems. Don't drag people down for whatever their issues might be or might not be. I'm sure I'm gonna get plenty of comments saying that if I'm prepping and overeating, then I shouldn't be prepping. I'm sure I'm gonna get plenty of those. I hope that there are plenty of critical thinking subscribers here on the channel that will write some really good stuff in the comment section, and I will respond back to you guys. Alright guys, I figured I'd show you the pool slash gym area of the new apartment. So here we are at the pool. Cool fire pit here. lounge chairs. It's like early in the morning, so no one's here yet. It's still gloomy. Little like cabanas over here. Darn it, I actually have to use the fob to get into the gym also. Morning. This is the gym area, but I'm gonna go up here for cardio. Yeah, this is a little cardio area, a little boxing, treadmills, bikes. It's really nice. Overlooks the pool. Little cozy room in there. Say hi, Mike.
Hey.
This is my best friend, Mike.
What's up, YouTube?
He is in chiropractic school. He's my best friend from home, and he's gonna do something to my hand to fix it. He basically fixes pretty much every injury that I've ever had, and I swear by chiropractors, and if you have any injuries, I usually just say, please go to a chiropractor. Like, so many people message me and they're like, what do I do for this? I'm like, please just go see a chiropractor, because they're amazing. So we're gonna do some ART on my wrist.
So like if you can't go into, if you had trouble going into supination, the pronators are pulling you back. Just like with this, if you couldn't go forward here, your extensors aren't letting you go into
like
that
this.
full flexion. Yeah, so these were pulling. When you go into flexion, or wrist flexion, these were all pulling like a tug of war, saying like, no, come back, come back.
No, come back.
So you loosen these up too.
Got it.
Get more flexion in there.
Let's see it.
Yeah, the last piece.
That last caution tape, KT tape. So why don't you explain why you put the tape where it is for the peeps?
Oh, I like it. All right, so
Let's hear it.
So when Amanda first got here today, she had a lot of trouble with wrist flexion. So let's see.
Which is
see the
this.
new. Yep. She
This
was
is flexion, by the way.
Nowhere near there. A lot of trouble with.
I was getting
supination.
nowhere near here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do remember that. I couldn't.
A lot of trouble with supination.
Which is so much better.
Yep. So basically, since she was immobilized for a while in the cast because of the Colles fracture that she had, it's when the radius goes posterior. I put the tape on to allow more fluid and oxygen, etc., to get to the tissues here. So the tape, when we put it on, for this one on the extensor surface, for example, I had her like this. So I completely stretched that chain of fascia. So then when I put the tape on, once she goes back to neutral, this holds that lift and that stretch. So you imagine one layer, next layer, all the lymphatic fluid, etc., blood, everything flows between these two layers. When it's immobilized, it's gonna compress over time and stop that fluid from going. So when she comes back to neutral, the tape holds that lift and it pulls that top layer of skin and holds that lift, so it allows everything to flow more efficiently.
Yeah. I actually tried to explain what KT tape meant once, and it did not come out as fluid as the way you just said it. So thank you for explaining that information. I'm sure everyone will appreciate it. But yeah.
Did the same thing on the flexor surface too, and then the decompression here, because she told me the worst pain was here originally.
Right. Thank you. This is very helpful.
you.
And I look like a badass. Everyone's like, what's your red sleeve for? Red half sleeve.
Yeah, awesome.
Yay! Say hi. Hi. Look who I have. Hi. Pose next to the beautiful mountains there. Maggie's back in the vlogs, and we have Jackson.
Hey.
Say hi.
How's it going?
Jackson made a funny video about, actually a very informative video about my squat fail video, so.
I drove you from the airport. You're not gonna mention that?
And he drove me
go.
from the airport. He picked me up from the airport and drove me all the way to this beautiful hotel with this beautiful view. Oh, I'm so excited. Very excited.
And we're gonna go for a walk.
He's also our tour guide.
This way, we're gonna walk around this area. Well, somewhere, right?
Yep.
Okay. Very excited. And here's the hotel room. King bed for Mags and I to share this evening.
I'm so excited.
Excuse me, sir. And the bathroom that comes with a scale, which is interesting because I brought my scale. And that's the bathroom. And here we are in Vancouver. We're gonna go take a walk. Very excited. I am very excited to be here. You look like this on my vlog all the time.
That's true.
That's what you usually look like. This is so pretty. Sorry, I can't get over it.
Then we should go, I feel like.
Alright, so I am here in Vancouver for the bodybuilding.com. Well, it's for the Vancouver Pro Show Expo, but I'm working with bodybuilding.com. And the show starts tomorrow. I will be there from 11 to 7. So I'm going to show you guys as much footage as I can. I actually hate expo footage so much because it's so repetitive and boring. It's just like a bunch of people, and I'll try to make it interesting somehow. But it's so pretty. But essentially, the expo is actually in my hotel, so I just basically walk downstairs and it's right there. But I'm excited to see my Team Bodybuilding.com teammates tomorrow, and I'm also just really, really happy to be reunited with this one. It's been like 2 weeks. It's been way too long. I know, this lighting is mad nice.
Just being cute.
Just being cute and stuff.
Oh, is that a camera?
I want to get some Canadian. Ooh, that's a cool. What is that?
It's I don't know what it is. It's a piece of art.
Teardrop. A raindrop. Probably raindrop.
Yo. Amanda. The lighting's bad.
Alright guys, before I left, I actually filmed, I don't know what this is doing right here. I actually filmed a whole travel packing tutorial thing for you guys, because every single time I travel, I get questions like, Amanda, will you do a travel tips vlog? I would really like to know what you take on the plane, what you can and can't take, things like that. I filmed it, and I lost my memory card on the flight somewhere. So we're gonna go ahead and try to do that now. I'm gonna go ahead and start with what I brought for toiletries. I always bring this thing, it just keeps everything organized. I have my makeup consolidated in here. I have some travel lotion. I have my Glow Pro Tans thing that I use for every single expo. This is just a tan extending lotion, but I use Glow Pro Tans to tan myself for all expos and for all photo shoots. Deodorant, travel, toothpaste, things like that. I also brought on the plane, I'm cleaning out my Tupperware here in the sink. I had a huge salad that I brought on the plane, and I also brought my dressing in this little tiny container here because you can't take liquids in a carry-on. So I just put my mustard in this little container. Things that I also took. Laptop. So in this bag, this is my carry-on bag. I brought my chargers, I brought my lifting belt, my lifting shoes, because those usually take up a decent amount of weight in the checked bag. I brought some shoes just in case we go out to dinner tomorrow, and like a cute little jumper here, some sneakers, and this is my outfit for tomorrow. I also brought in my checked bag dry shampoo because you cannot take aerosols or sprays in your carry-on bag, so you had to put it in the checked bag. I also brought plenty of socks and underwear. I brought my scale, even though this hotel apparently has a scale, but I did bring that. Bodybuilding.com has like a wardrobe for us and everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and say the most important thing to note here is what I took for food. So this, I always bring this when I travel. I put it in the checked bag. It's also a liquid. You cannot take it, so I put it in my checked bag. Most hotels have a fridge. This particular hotel, especially if it's hosting an expo, allowed us to open up the mini bar and take the stuff out and not charge. So they let us take stuff out, and I want to show you guys what I brought. So Icon Meals Protein Pizza, focus, is my favorite travel meal because it's so low carb. It's 12 carbs, and it's pretty tasty and filling, so I like to do that. This vodka is not mine. I also brought Icon Meals ground turkey and green beans, and I got them separately, so they're both in here, and I brought them in my carry-on bag. So you are allowed to bring food in your carry-on bag, guys. I just bought them separately, so you can purchase Icon Meals meats and vegetables and carb sources separately. And then I got here and I like weighed out the servings that I needed. I also prepped some waffles because those were necessary. And I think that's it. I have enough meat, vegetables, and pizza to last me the weekend. I also brought my Alphamine. Again, powders are totally fine to take in your carry-on bag or in your checked bag. They will not search you and think that they're drugs, I promise. Like, I take all of my powders and stuff every single time. I have my Beats and my heart rate monitor for cardio tomorrow. I brought packets of Oat Fit, which is awesome. I also brought packets of peanut butter. So if you guys are taking peanut butter, that counts as a liquid. You either have to put it in your checked bag, or if you can get packets somewhere, that's awesome. What I also did was take an empty thing of amino IV, and I ended up putting my protein powder in here, guys. So this was empty, but now there's protein powder in it because I wanted to consolidate my protein powder just so I had some extra. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably just mix it with water or something. But I did put protein powder in here. And I also took this water bottle on the plane with me because I didn't... It just helps you save like $5 at the airport by taking a water bottle with you and not having to purchase one at the airport for $5. I'm currently laying in the comfiest bed I've ever laid in. I don't think I want to go back home, only because I only want to sleep in this bed ever for my whole entire rest of my life. I have a pillow in between my legs, and I'm going to put one behind my back, and I have one right here, and I have, this is like the comfiest pillow ever. Oh, I feel like I'm laying in a cloud. Anyways, that is all I have for today's video. I am very sorry that I lost the footage of me actually packing earlier as opposed to me just showing you guys what I have. But I will, again, try to do this for all future vlogs where I am traveling, showing you guys exactly what I bring and everything. But things to remember, just to recap, you are allowed to take protein powders and supplements. You can even take them in their current containers that they're already in if you can fit them. You can take food on the airplane. You can take it in your checked bag. I pack meals with me every single time, throw them in my 6-pack bag or my backpack. Nothing ever gets flagged. It's fine. Do not take peanut butters, Walden Farms, or other liquids in your carry-on bag. You can put them in your checked bag. So if you have peanut butter or Walden Farms or drinks, put them in your checked bag. If you do want to save some money at the airport, bring a big water bottle that's empty and then fill it up at the water fountain or something when you get to your gate. Things, make sure that you have some like pockets or something when you're traveling. It's easy to keep your passport and boarding pass in pockets. I think that's all I got, just for a quick recap. I'm gonna head to bed, and I have some cardio to do before the expo in the morning, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video where I show you guys the Van Pro show that we're here for. So catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, give the video a thumbs up.